Journey to the West. Chapter 6. The Monkey King Fights. Angshan.
It is said that after Sun Wukong self-proclaimed the great sage of Kishan, the Jade Emperor sent heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals to capture him. As a result, both the Jin God and Najah lost. Tai Bai Jinxing has an idea. Just really seal him an empty monkey heaven great sage. Let him live in heaven, without real power. Sun Wukong went to heaven and lived in the dashing mansion next to Peach Garden. You hang around, you make friends. Habitation with various gods. The Jade Emperor was afraid that he would cause trouble, so he asked him to take care of the Peach Garden. This is a big deal. Sun Wukong heard that if you eat a peach, you can live forever. I secretly ate all the big peaches in the garden. Later, the Queen Mother held a peach party and did not invite him. In a fit of rage, he made a fuss at the Peach Club. I stole the imperial wine and ate the elixir. He also packed the remaining wine and vegetables and brought them back to the flowers. Guoshin for the little monkeys to try. The Jade Emperor was furious. King Li with 100,000 heavenly soldiers lay a net of heaven and earth to level Huaguo Mountain. In the previous few battles, Sun Wukong defeated the 9-star official successively. The 4 heavenly kings Najah and Mucha Haiyan Walker. Li Tianwang had no choice but to ask the Jade Emperor for reinforcements. Guanyin Bodhisattva happened to be there. She recommended the manifestation Jiro Shinjin of Kaneguchi, the god of Erlong, Yang Jian. The Jade Emperor immediately decreed that Erlong god bring his Maishan, 6 brothers and 1,200 grass gods, go and capture Sun Wukong. Erlong god took the order and brought people. Ride the clouds to Huaguo Mountain. He first asked King Li to arrange the heavenly network more densely. He took the 6 Maishan brothers and rushed outside the water curtain cave to call for battle. The little monkey hardly reported it in, Your Majesty. There's a 3-eyed general outside, calling himself Jiro Henjin. I want to compete with you. When Sun Wukong heard it, he smiled and said, Erlong god. Isn't he the nephew of the Jade Emperor? Back then, he was quite famous for saving his mother. Okay, I'll go out and meet him. He put on the golden armor, put on the purple gold crown and pick up the golden hoop. Stride out of the hole. The two met in front of the mountain. Sun Wukong looks up and down at Erlong Shen, wearing a 3-mountain flying phoenix hat, wearing a goose yellow robe, ribbons around the waist, boots on the feet, holding a 3-pointed 2-edged knife in his hand. There is also a vertical eye in the middle of the forehead, shining gold. Sun Wukong said with a smile, You are the Erlong god who saved the mother by splitting mountains. I heard that you have some skills, and today I happened to learn a lesson. But I advise you to go back and tell the Jade Emperor. Let him give me the palace to live in, lest everyone do it. Erlong god sneered, You monkey, I don't know how high the sky is. Eat my knife. Saying raise the knife and chop. Sun Wukong dodged sideways and welcomed with a swing. The 2 men fought at the foot of the mountain. The knives came and went, and they played more than 300 rounds. It was a tie. Erlong was secretly surprised in his heart. This monkey is really amazing. No wonder the giant spirit god and Najah are not opponents. He was transformed and his body suddenly grew taller. Become tall, green-faced and fangs. Both hands pressed down on Sun Wukong like to hills. Sun Wukong is also not vague. It also made a supernatural power of law, heaven and earth. Also became skyrocketing. The head broke through the clouds. The golden hoop in my hand has also become as thick as Optimus Prime. The 2 of them formed a ball in midair, causing the mountain to collapse and crack. Scared those little monsters and little monkeys to hide away. At this time, Erlong god's 6 Maishan brothers took the opportunity to rush into the water curtain cave, beat the little monkey inside to cry, father and mother, and run around. Sun Wukong was playing and suddenly looked down. My old house was raided, and I was anxious. After receiving the law, he turned around and ran away. Erlong god is in hot pursuit. Sun Wukong ran to a mountain. I thought to myself, this guy is chasing too hard. I have to become something and hide. He saw a stream under the cliff, and the stream was covered with reeds. He transformed himself into a small fish, got into the water and swam away. Erlong God rushed to the stream and disappeared without a trace of Sun Wukong. Open the third eye on your forehead and take a closer look. There was something wrong with a fish in the water. The tail is red and the scales are gold. No ordinary fish at all. He guessed that it was Sun Wukong who changed. Become an osprey. Spread your wings and hover over the water. Just wait for that fish to come out of the water and peck it. Sun Wukong sees an osprey in the water. I know it was Erlong God who changed, so hurry up and change it again. He jumps out of the water and becomes a water snake, dived into the grass and swam away. Erlong God turned into a gray crane and stretched out his long mouth to catch a water snake. Sun Wukong turned into a madam again, fluttering and flying onto the branches. Erlong God recognized the madam as a lowly bird. I don't want another animal to eat it. Just show up, take out the slingshot. Pa! A stone hit Sun Wukong's leg. Sun Wukong stumbled and fell. Roll down the hill and lie down in front of an earthen temple. He had an idea. Turn your body into a small temple, your mouth into a temple gate. The teeth become 2 door panels. Tongues become statues of bodhisattvas, eyes become windows. The tail is not easy to handle, so it becomes a flagpole standing upright behind the temple. As soon as he got better, Erlong God caught up with him. Erlong took a look at this temple. I find it strange that there is no flagpole standing behind the temple. It must have been the monkey. He'd bite me with his teeth if I walked in the door. I smashed his window first and kicked in his door. He raised the 3-pointed 2-edged knife and was about to do it. Sun Wukong saw it clearly in the temple. I thought to myself, no, he's going to demolish my house. Hurry up and accept the change. Whoosh! He jumped into the air and disappeared. Erlong God couldn't find Sun Wukong anywhere, so he went to discuss with Li Tianwang. Li Tianwang took the demon mirror and looked around. It was discovered that Sun Wukong used a stealth method. He went to the hometown of Yanjiangku Erlong Shen. When Erlong God heard this, he hurriedly drove back to the mouth of the river. Sun Wukong turned into the appearance of Erlong God. Swagger into the temple of Erlong God. The imps and judges in the temple thought their master had returned. Hurry up and pour tea. Sun Wukong sat in a chair and pretended to look through the official documents. While having fun, Erlong God barged in from outside. Let's shout, where did the demon monkey come from? Dare to impersonate me. When Sun Wukong saw his real body coming, he smiled. Show your true colors and say, your temple is good, lend me a stay for 2 days. Erlong was so angry that his 7 orifices were smoking, he raised his knife and cut it. The two fought from the temple to the outside of the temple, and all the way back to Huaguo Mountain. At this time, the Jade Emperor and Guanyin Bodhisattva, Taisheng Laojin and others are watching the battle on the south gate. Guanyin Bodhisattva said to the Supreme Lord, I don't think Erlong can hold the monkey for a while. Why don't I help him and hit him with a clean bottle of willow branches? Taisheng Laojin stopped her and said, your net bottle is porcelain. What if the golden hoop is broken? Let me do it. Taisheng Laojin took out a shiny circle from his sleeve. It's called King Kong Huo. This treasure was made when he crossed Hangu Pass. Water and fire are invincible, capable of covering all things. He looked at the moment and pointed at the back of Sun Wukong's head. Phew! It was thrown down. Sun Wukong is concentrating on fighting with Erlong God. I didn't notice anything flying down from the sky at all. Diamond and unbiased is hitting his celestial cover. Hit him with a reel. He was unsteady and fell. Erlong God took the opportunity to rush up and release the howling celestial dog. The dog jumped up like lightning. Bite Sun Wukong's leg and stomach. Sun Wukong screamed in pain and wanted to get up and run. I was dragged by the howling celestial dog again. The 6 Maishan brothers rushed up. Tie him up with ropes. Erlong God accepted the law. Step forward and press Sun Wukong's shoulder. Pierced the pipe bone with a hook knife. Locked his mana. This time, Sun Wukong can no longer change his body, nor can he turn over the somersault cloud. Erlong God escorted him, along with the little monkeys who were caught. Returned to heaven together. The Jade Emperor saw Sun Wukong tied up and escorted up. Long Yan Daiwei ordered Sun Wukong to be escorted to the demon-killing platform. Execute him with various punishments. But something strange happened, the knife slashed at him. Can't cut. The gun stabbed him, but it didn't go in. Burn him. Can't burn. If lightning strikes him, it won't hurt a hair on him. It turns out that Sun Wukong ate so many peaches. Immortal pill. Drank the royal wine again. I have long cultivated the impregnable body of King Kong. The Jade Emperor is worried, and he can't kill him. Let it go and can't let it go. What should I do? The Supreme Lord stood up and said, Your Majesty, why don't you give him to me? I put him in the gossip furnace, refining it with civil and military fire for 749 days, and turning it to ashes. By the way, refine the elixir he stole. The Jade Emperor agreed. So the heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals escorted Sun Wukong to Tusu Palace, pushed forward the Bagua furnace. The Grand Master ordered the boy to fan the fire and burn the alchemy furnace red. The Monkey King was smoked in the stove and felt terrible. He was hiding in the vent of the stove. There was smoke. There was no fire. Temporarily saved his life, but my eyes were red from the smoke. Since then, there has been a root cause of the disease of fiery eyes. 49 days passed quickly. Taisheng Laojin, the days are almost up. Let the boy open the stove door and get ready to take Dan. I didn't expect the stove door to just open. Sun Wukong jumped out of it with a whoosh. Not only was he not burned to death, instead, because of the exercise of the fire, the body is tougher. He kicked over the 8 trigrams furnace, kicked the stove bricks all over the place. A few pieces fell to the ground and became flaming mountains. He pulls the staff out of his ear. When you shake in the wind, you hit anyone you see. From Tusu Palace to Linxio Palace, no one can stop it along the way. The heavenly palace was suddenly in chaos, and the heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals fled everywhere. The Jade Emperor was so frightened that he hid under the table. Hurry up and send someone to the west to invite the Buddha. Sun Wukong brandishing a golden hoop, standing at the entrance of Linxio Palace, shouting, The Emperor takes turns. Come to my house next year. Let the Jade Emperor move out and let me live in Tiangong. A bigger storm is about to begin.